I hear much reference to the phenomena placemaking. I think that's a word and a phenomena which have been named in America. And actually I don't like it so much, because placemaking is about physical things. It's about making a place. In my world, it is much more important to make a good place for people, to make sure that it will be a livable space, and it will be the quality for people which will be in center. So to me it's something about that we shall cater for life, for people and life, and not necessarily for place. Place can help this, but place in itself doesn't do it. It's something about changing the mind from thinking about physical phenomena to thinking about the life which goes on in the cities and between the buildings and the interface between life and buildings. This is the important thing, and that is very much about changing the way of thinking. For so many years we have been thinking in physical objects, in transportation, in number of people going from here to there, in square meters, in buildings and places. But I think that in all these years the people have been overlooked and the life of people have been overlooked. So I think that people-oriented planning is a much better phrase than going for making some physical objects. So that's something about wording. But I think that with my knowledge of Japan and with my knowledge of the way the Japanese cities are used, and having seen modern Japanese cities and traditional and older Japanese cities, I'm very convinced of my major point, which I put forward in this book, that is that the great challenge for all of us is to make good urban habitat for Homo sapiens. We are all the same species, regardless if we are in Arabia or in Japan or in Greenland or in Australia. And we have the same biological history, we have the same senses, we can walk with the same speed, we like to look at people, all of us. So there are so many things which are related to Homo sapiens, and Homo sapiens are living in many places of the world. And I've seen that many of the things which are good in one culture can also be used in another. I've heard so many times that what they do in Europe, say, cannot at all be used in America because we are different animals. This is a big apple, we are awake 24 hours a day. You can never use European ideas here. And when they do it, miraculous, same day, big reaction. They are just people in America also. In all my professional life I've heard so many times, this cannot happen here because we are different. And I've seen it happening every place, and when it's happening nobody can remember who said it could not happen here. I'm so convinced that there will be quite a bit of changes in the Japanese cities in the future, because you are going through all the same things as are happening in other parts of the world, that people have smaller families, more leisure time, getting older, having a little bit better economy over the time. So we can see that the city life has a new meaning. I think it's for me very encouraging that all my books are translated and have been coming out in Japan now for 25 years, and still this new one is coming any moment. And to me it's a sign that there's a big interest in Homo sapiens and good urban habitat for Homo sapiens in Japan. And I think there's this interest also is displayed by the symposium we all joined some time ago. And I think that now you are having also new challenges with the Olympics, and it's so important that a lot of visitors will come, and they will not come to a city where it's all transportation. They will like to come to a city where they can enjoy the culture and the climate and the urban fabric and the presence of all these wonderful people. And in all the other cities, the Olympic Games have been used as a great lever for improving the quality of the city. It happened in Barcelona, famous example, in Munich. It's happened in a number of cities that ever since the Olympics, the city has been much better. Also in Sydney, some of the cities I remember. So I would wish you in Japan in general, and maybe in Tokyo especially, all the best of luck in making good places for people, making people-oriented city planning. We need it all over the world, also in your place.